What is up, guys? It is Hoodie from Hoodie Plays, and today I have the week two or the round two battle of the GGDL, the Grookey Gang and Draft League. Round two of the playoffs. We survived week one, as I showed you guys in our little season recap a second ago, and so we got the gift of being able to play Cyberwolf and the Kansas City Kinglers this week. Again, I need to say it again. I am so proud of everything that he has done after the 0-2 start to the season that he had and getting 6-0'd by us, and instead of being 0-2 and getting 6-0'd by us and then immediately turning and just kind of giving up, he completely brought the season back, man, and just popped off, and super happy for how far that he's gotten in the season, and this will definitely be a super hard matchup. So let's look at his team on the right side. We have Dracovish, Toxapex, Pelipper, Sylveon, Ludicolo, Machamp, Manectric, Galar Stunfisk, Trevenant, and Gmax Dreadnought. So he has a lot of problems to deal with, or like we have a lot of problems to deal with when it comes to his team. The So what separates that week two matchup when we 6-0'd him and now is that he has a Sylveon now, he has a Machamp now, and he has a Manectric now. All three are super good against our team. Before, we had a Dracozolt and we had Goodra. And so Goodra kind of just beat his team for free. And that's not the case at all anymore. We actually struggle pretty I wouldn't say it's like an impossible matchup, but it's not super fun. So I guess we'll start off with the first Pokemon in the team, and I'll start off with what I predict him to bring. I think that he'll bring Dracovish, Pelipper, Sylveon, Manectric, Gmax Dreadnought, and Galar Stunfisk. He could switch the Machamp, or for any of those. He could switch yeah, I think for sure it's like Gmax Dreadnought, Dracovish, Pelipper, and then I think pretty much for sure Galar Stunfisk and Sylveon. But then the last one, I don't really know. It could be Machamp. I think Machamp is pretty decent against our team, so that's why we had to bring certain stuff. But I'll talk about that later. Machamp, and then Manectric. Yeah, he just has a lot of good Pokemon, dude. There's a lot of different directions that he could go. I think that he probably doesn't bring Pex. He probably doesn't bring Ludicolo. And he probably doesn't bring Trevenant because we've got Sapsip or Goodra. That thing isn't like super good against us. Although it puts in a lot of offensive pressure against everything not named Goodra, and Goodra already has a lot on its plate to deal with in this matchup. So it might not be the worst thing for him to bring, but I don't think he'll probably bring it. I wouldn't guess he would. If he does, then it's smart. We brought stuff for it, but if he does, then that's smart. But anyways, so let's get into the team. We're going to start off with our lead for this week, and by lead I mean just our setup Pokemon. I'm probably not going to lead it. I'm probably going to lead Goodra, but our setup Pokemon for the week and what I made the team around is Light Clay, Screens, Orbeetle, because his team with the likes of Dracovish obviously, and then Specs, Sylveon, and then Gmax Dreadnought, Life Orb in the Rain, it's pretty hard to deal with the offensive pressure that his team puts on. His team is actually kind of disgusting. So we need screens to kind of deal with that, and also he has no defogger. He could bring Brick Break on the Machamp to break the screens, but I don't think he'll expect screens. So I'm not really too worried about that. But he has no defogger or Rapid Spinner. So if we get the webs up, it allows us to win speed duels versus the Dracovish, versus the Gmax Dreadnought in a specific instance, and against Sylveon, even if it has the speed investment, and the Manectric, I believe, if it's I run the calcs for it versus Toxtricity, but I'm pretty sure that it loses the speed tie to Toxtricity, if it's got a what's it called, if it has webs, because we are Scarf. So but yeah, so anyways, essentially we kind of lose to Dracovish if we don't have a check to it, and so our check is Reflect and Sticky Webs, and then the ability to switch into Galar Corsola, or the Galar Corsola doesn't even switch into it super well. Gmax Duraludon actually switches into it better, or normal Duraludon switches into it better than Corsola does, ironically. But yeah, so that's kind of we're gonna try to. Our game plan is to set up screens. We're able to pivot around. Frisk, super good ability in draft league to get us information on stuff, so that we can make more educated guesses in like scenarios. It's just really useful to have Frisk, and then reflective light screen, super busted. Um, so yeah, so that's what he's doing. Only attacking move is U-turn. I'll be sacking him at some point in the battle, but hopefully it'll get us into an advantageous position. We're able to set up screens on a lot of different stuff. We're able to set up screens on the Manectric, as long as it's not like something stupid, like I don't know, specs overheat or something. But in the rain, that's not like super likely. I guess it could happen, but we're able to set up screens on the Trevenant easily, on the Dreadnought when it's not in the rain, and on the Ludicolo, on the Machamp if it doesn't have Brick Break, and on the Pelipper. Well, the Pelipper is scary, but we outspeed it because we're max speed timid. So we outspeed Scarf Pelipper actually, which is why we're max speed timid. Is like literally so we can outspeed Scarf Pelipper. But yeah, so we're able to set up screens on that too. So next, and probably the most important member of the team is Goodra. So Goodra, this week we're running Assault Vest. Because he's got the rain all the time, I really wanted to bring Rest Hydration. But the Assault Vest was just too nice. We can switch in on the Pelipper whenever. We can switch in on Ludicolo and 1v1 it every day of the week. We can switch in on the Manectric and then 1v1 it, on the Trevenant and 1v1 it, and we 1v1 Galar Stunfisk because of Surf, and because we're max special attack. Literally have to be modest max special attack for us to be able to 2KO Galar Stunfisk like after leftovers without rain. With rain, it's significantly easier. I think we max at like 75 on the first hit if we have rain. But without rain, shit's super hard. But Thunderbolt hits a lot of his team like Pelipper and like stuff like that. He has the Manectric, but Manectric is not able to switch in on Goodra like ever. So Thunderbolts are actually super safe against that thing. Yeah, so we've got the Sludge Wave, so we can catch the Sylveon kind of tripping if he thinks that like we're gonna Draco. I mean, that thing's got 130 special attack or special defense, so it actually like it barely gets 2 KO'd if it has max HP and his specs with no special defense investment and no boosting nature for special defense. It gets 2-hit KO'd by Sludge Wave. And because we are Assault Vest, it's not able to one-shot us. It like maxes at like 80%, so even after rocks, it doesn't one-shot us. So that's super helpful against the Sylveon, because if we switch in on the Manectric and he Volt switches, if there's no rocks up, we take like 2%. And then after the 2%, he then probably switches into I would say either the Galar Stunfisk or the Manectric, but the Galar Stunfisk is so important. So depending on like the point in the game, he can't really risk switching in the Galar Stunfisk, and so he probably goes Sylveon, which means we throw off a Sludge Wave, we outspeed it because we have 80 speed stat, and if we don't outspeed it, it means that he's like max speed, which means that we might even one-shot it. So I'm not really worried about it. But that's kind of the game plan. We're going to have to make a prediction. But against Manectric, it's a super safe prediction. Like, in this matchup, clicking Sludge Wave when his only... Like, the only thing that wants to take a Sludge Wave and wants to switch into Goodra is the Trevenant. Even the Pex doesn't really want to switch into it, because it'll be Sludge Wave into Thunderbolt, into Thunderbolt, into Thunderbolt, and then, like, it's just so hard for it to actually win that 1v1. But that's really important. So I'm going to go next into the Galar Corsola, because this is pretty important. So he's ran setup mons the last couple times that I've watched him battle, and so I felt like Haze was super necessary. It allows us to not lose to Calm Mind Sylveon if he ends up Calm Minding up on our, I don't know, like, I actually don't know what he can Calm Mind up on our team, because he can't on the Toxtricity, he cannot on the Duraludon, he cannot on the Corviknight, and like, I guess if there's a situation where our Goodra has already been chipped, and so we have to switch out Goodra into something, like the Corviknight or something, then he would get a chance to Calm Mind up, but either way, this is just a safety precaution just in case. Hopefully I never have to click it, but it's a safety precaution. We've got Willow because if we throw the Willow out there, he has a lot of he has a lot of physical attackers, and the mons that aren't physical attackers like Manectric and like Pelipper, I think could be Sash, and so just hitting a Willow and making the Sash like a null and void is like super crucial. So Willow was pretty good in this matchup. Stealth Rocks as well because he wants to pivot around with his Ray and with his Pelipper, and so setting up rocks essentially allows him to not be able to just switch in for free with the Pelipper over and over and over again. Ideally, we switch in, or ideally like some. Okay, so ideal scenario is we're in the lead or we have screens up, and something. Well, if we have screens up, we can switch into Corsola. If we're in the lead, we can sack something and then switch in Corsola. And we strength sap on the Dreadnought or the Dracovish, and then we set up rocks because it's super safe when they're at like -1. They can do 0 damage to Corsola. Yeah. So the Corsola does pretty good. I mean, Strength Sap always heals to full against Dracovish, always heals to full against Dreadnought, always heals to full against Machamp. I'm not keeping this thing in on Machamp ever because it knows knockoff. The Corviknight is like specifically there for the Machamp, but we'll get to the Corviknight. Actually, we'll go to Corviknight now. So this slot was actually changed. We're gonna do the battle in like literally 2 seconds, and this was changed literally 5 minutes ago. It was a banded Mimikyu with like Woodhammer because I was able to 1v1 the Dreadnought, and then I had banded Shadow Sneak, which allowed me to like almost 1v1 the Dracovish if like rocks are up, and especially if like webs are up. I've got play rough, so I just want. But I realized that my team had no super solid switch in to Specs Sylveon at the last second or knock off Machamp. Because if you look at my team, I don't want my items gone on any of this stuff. I cannot switch in that against Machamp, even though the type advantage would tell you so, because if I get knocked off and my Light Clay's gone, that's a huge disadvantage. I need my Assault Vest on the Goodra. I need my Choice Scarf on that. I need my Eviolite every day of the week. And like Mimikyu is not a Pokemon you switch in on stuff because you want to bring it in when you still have Disguise. And so I just realized that it was kind of an issue, and also Mimikyu lost the 1v1 to Sylveon because like Hyper Voice goes through Disguise. So I just essentially wanted to have a really good switch in to the Sylveon, and I wanted something that could deal with Machamp. And so if he brings those, this also does pretty well versus Pex. It doesn't. I don't think it 1v1s Pex ever, but Pex cannot really touch it unless it brings Scald, and it hits a Scald burn. Also, just having the ability to defog, just in case he gets up like, I don't know, 2 layers of Toxic Spikes with the Toxapex, and then the Dreadnought sets up rocks, and then like, or like Stunfisk sets up normal spikes or rocks. Like just in case there's like a ton of like hazards on our side of the field, we can switch this in. This is not super important. It just 1v1 Sylveon. Akaberry's there so that we don't die to Mystic Fire. Mystical Fire, or like whatever it's called, Mystic Fire, it maxes at like 35% before the berry. Or sorry, it like mins at 35% before the berry, and that's if he's like that's if he's modest specs. So it's like 45 to 35, and so if we have the Akaberry, then yeah, it's also our only Pokemon we're okay with getting knocked off depending on the situation. This also deals pretty well with the Trevenant. It also deals pretty well with the Machamp, yeah, so it's probably gonna get sacked at some point in the game, but it's there to be annoying, and we didn't have a super good especially defensive Pokemon that can switch into Sylveon. So it has like literally like one job, and it is just there for that. It does like nothing else. If it nets anything else, I'll be super happy, but it's like just there for Sylveon. So next we're gonna go with Toxtricity. It's low-key just because I like this one better. That's like literally the only reason. It's still timid. Minus attack plus speed. So because that way if he is Scarf Dracovish and we don't get the webs up, we at least have a speed tie, so we at least give ourselves a win condition in a situation where we might not anyway. So we've got Boom Burst, which hits his team super hard, except for Trevenant obviously. And even a Stunfisk, if he's like max Spadef, it does like 20%-ish, which is pretty good. We cannot touch the Stunfisk outside of this, so this Pokemon is kind of dead versus that. But everything else, this is super good. Overdrive, like, ruins his team. Like, we just grind up Toxapex and, like, eat it for dinner. Like, sushi high roller. Like, it is really, really bad. Sludge Wave also, and this is always going to outspeed the Sylveon. Sludge Wave puts on a ton of pressure, and if we're able to chip away the Galar Stunfisk early, being able to click Volt Switch against this team, or if he doesn't bring the Galar Stunfisk for some reason, either one of those, Volt Switch puts in so much work against his team, because this is another Pokemon that Manectric really can't switch into. Manectric essentially doesn't really do anything against our team other than click Volt Switch and gain him, like, momentum against our Goodra. That's, like, literally all it does, and, like, Goodra is, especially now that we have Corviknight, they can switch into the to the Sylveon, like, and this was kind of the thought process in my head as to why I brought Corviknight over the Mimikyu, was it takes a ton of pressure off of the Goodra. But as long as the Goodra is always able to switch in on the Manectric, and as long as the Corviknight is always able to switch in on the Mimikyu, or on the Sylveon, we pretty much have like a constant flowing, like, range of what's going to happen. So so pretty happy about this Pokemon as well. I decided with it over the Mimikyu because I thought with Scarf it would just clean up a ton of Pokemon if we're able to get rocks up, and we're just able to click, like, Boom Bursts and Overdrives and, like, Volt Switch. Also, one little thing that I didn't know. Why is Uproar, you can't even see this on the thing, I'm going to click it just so you can see. Why is Uproar a 90 base power move? You actually can't even see it at all. But they changed it. It lasts 3 turns. It's like normal type special outrage. That thing's crazy. Anyways, let's go back up. I need my Boom Burst back. I just had to say that because I saw that earlier and I was like, what in the Sam hell is going on here? Alright, so our last Pokemon is G-Max Duraludon. We're bringing Assault Vest again so that we have a shot at beating the Sylveon. I probably could switch this now that I have the Corviknight that's able to switch into it, but the team before was, like, having a real hard time dealing with Sylveon, and so I wanted something. This thing is actually super, super good because it is able to switch in, not with the screens up, like before screens. It can switch in on the Dracovish, it can switch in on the G-Max Dreadnought, it can switch in on the Galar Stunfisk, on the Manectric, on the Ludicolo, on the Pelipper. This thing actually switches in on, like, everything on his team. Not that we want this thing to get chipped, so I'm not going to, but just, like, as a win condition when there might not be one, this thing is actually so bulky. Like, AV and then the natural defenses this thing has with, like, a 115, it's actually so good. So the reason for the moves that we have, so obviously Draco, we're just able to click Draco and it does a fuck ton of damage to everything that's not named Sylveon. Even to, like, max Spadef Stunfisk, it does like 25 or something like that, which is pretty crazy when it's like max Spadef. Steel Beam is super good. Steel Beam is 140 with a 95 accuracy, so we could lose this game by missing at some point, which would be real unfortunate. Let's hope that's not foreshadowing. But we could definitely lose this game by missing. But anyways, so Steel Beam is important because it is the highest damage move that we can use, or the only damage move we can use against Sylveon that one-shots it. So even if I'm in my G-Max form and I go for max Steel Surge, it is a 130 base power move, and it is a roll whether I kill Sylveon. I always outspeed. I always outspeed the Sylveon, so I'm not gonna have to worry about, like, taking a Hyper Voice and Steel Beaming to, like, knock myself out. It should just be I bring this thing in on Sylveon and then see what he does. But yeah, so Steel Beam is the only move that is able to for sure knock out the Sylveon if there's no rocks up. Because you gotta, I mean, we could have rocks up, but you never know, so you gotta plan ahead for that. And then Thunderbolt, obviously, against his entire team that's not named Manectric, super good. Solar Beam is just there for max Grass, and so the reason behind max Grass is that it doesn't do much more than the max Dragon does against Dreadnought. However, not against Dreadnought, it fucking destroys Dreadnought against the Stunfisk. However, Stunfisk has Mimicry, and so it'll change its type based off of the terrain that's out. And so if I am able to get the grassy terrain out, it'll turn into grass type, which means that my steel beams and my Draco meteors do a ton more than they would have before. So that's kind of the plan against against Galar Stunfisk. We have a plan versus like every Pokemon on his team, except for Galar Stunfisk. So that thing we're just gonna have to hope. I mean, it's not a huge offensive threat, so I'm not worried about it like taking out like 3 Mons and then like winning the game. I'm just hoping that it comes down to like 2 or 3 of my Mons versus it, and I can just kind of chip it down slowly. But we don't have a physical attacker this week, except for Corviknight, which Corviknight can't really do anything to it. If I would have brought Bulk Up Body Press, then I would have been able to, but I need every move that's on this Corviknight to be able to have any value this week, so I can't really change it. But so we're just gonna hope that we chip it with like rocks, and then with it switching in on moves, because it has no forms of like recovery at all. So we're just gonna hope that that's how it goes, and that we're able to finish it off. But that was a long-winded team preview. So I will let you guys know when the game is gonna start. Good luck to you, Logan, and I'll see you in a moment, guys. Later. Alright, so I didn't think he would bring the Trev, but I'm actually okay with it. With the adjustment that I made to the team, I'm okay with it. So, I think... Oh, he also didn't bring Machamp, which is really, really good for us. Like, super, super good for us. And he didn't bring Sylveon. Also pretty good for us. I think we have a pretty solid matchup. It's still rough. Still got a player on the rain, but yeah. So I kind of want to just get up webs early, just to kind of do the thing. Could also lead Toxtricity. I think I'm just gonna do the thing. I think. Like, the problem is if he just leads Dracovish, we have an issue. And he could potentially have Taunt on the Manectric, I think. I think Manectric gets Taunt. So, also, I need to move that over there. Sorry about that. I just need to have this. Alright, we're gonna do this really quick. Gotta check. It actually might not get Taunt. Not that I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's a very long start to this match. I just want to be completely sure. And then we're just max HP, so we definitely don't live anything from Dracovish. But I also don't think he just wanted to like lead it when I could lead Scarf Gudra. I could lead Scarf Gudra or the Toxtricity, and he'd be in kind of trouble. So I think this is definitely like a winnable team matchup for us. I just have to play good. I just have to play good. I think we lead that. Okay. So he's Specs. So I think Specs Overheat does kill us. 72. I might need to just go into Gudra, because I think, looking at this, I gotta move this back a little bit, move this up. So I think, we'll see. Electric. We'll do Modest. I don't know, but we'll just do it just to look at it. Modest choice specs. Flamethrower doesn't, but I'm pretty sure that means that Overheat does, right? Yeah, Overheat does, for sure. Every day of the week. Okay. We're not Sash either, so that's a problem. But I think we go Gudra and then we get a free double. Because what would he bring in against this? Yeah, I think we just go Gudra and then we get a free double. Yeah. Yeah, you knew that was going to come out. You knew that was going to come out. So now we can go into... Who does he really not want me to go into? Wait. Well, what does he want to do? So, like, he's going to Volt Switch probably, right? Because he cannot trick me right here. So, what does he not want me to do? So, he could... If he Volt Switches, he goes first, and then who does he go into? The Pelipper to get up Rain? There's no way he goes into Pelipper against this. Like, 0% chance. That'd be pretty bad, because I'd probably outspeed it. I just want Orbeetle to be able to come in, like, super safe. I can actually Draco everything on his team. What the hell? Yeah, that's 100% what I do. Oh, he went straight into Pelipper. What a dummy. Okay, so this Draco is going to hit and do a ton. Okay. So then I think I just Thunderbolt, right? I just kill it? Because it's pretty big if it's gone. But I think that he might have to switch. And if he goes into Stunfisk, I'm not too scared. Yeah, that's fine. Give me a para? Okay. So I can't go in here because he could knock me off, and that's the scary thing. The scary thing is the knockoff. And I really don't want that knocked off yet. Really can't have that knocked off. I can actually have this knocked off and I'm fine. Yeah, I can actually do this. Earthquake, okay. Don't know what that was predicting. I guess predicting the Duraludon switch in. So, that's, we're gonna actually pull this over here. Okay. Get rid of that. I can get rid of that. He might be banded also. There's a good chance that he is, like, banned. So we want to get in Corsola at some point, because if we get rocks back up, then the Pelipper dies when it comes back in. That did not come. That did not come. That did not come. What else? No, that's a 6 right there. Okay, so... We don't know the item on the bird yet. Okay, so we could just go for a Brave Bird, and he could go for a Willow. Brave Birding here nets us what exactly? I almost want to do it, because if he switches, he might be banned. But yeah, we're just gonna do it. Okay, so he went straight into Dreadnought, so this is fine. It's gonna do it a little bit. We like the chip. We like it. We like the chip. So I think... Yeah, honestly, we can just click Ironhead here and, like, waste a turn of this. Okay, well, that did a lot more damage than I thought it would. But I think we're good still. I think we're fine. I think we're all good in the head. He lost some of his HP, so he's Life Orb, so let's run this really quick. So we have... had this calc before, but I just want to make sure again. So we'll just do that. We'll just go. We'll go 140 just in case. Why does that do nothing? Oh, that's why. Okay. So, make sure that. Okay, so it does a ton, but I think we're good. Yeah, we should be fine. There should be no way in the world that this thing. Adamant strong jaw, 140 physical versus what should be max defense bold. Max darkness. Okay, well that's fine. It lowers my SPDEF, so that actually does less than the other one did, so that's fine. And then weaken, honestly. We could cripple it, or we could make the Pelipper die upon switch. So if he's -1, it still does a good amount of damage though. But this is his last turn. Yeah, we'll just get up rocks. That's fine. That's fine. That actually does like 0 damage. And then now we just do that. Because I don't think there's any move that would do more than Stone Surge in the rain. Yeah, see, this is fine. And that's got a good attack stat, so we're going to get back up to full. And we're going to lower the attack on it. So that still could be banned. That still could... Like, this thing right here could still be banned, but we cannot take a knockoff. Taking a knockoff is an issue. Also don't want to take too much damage on Guja. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna go. I'm like, am I afraid of this thing having knockoff and it doesn't? Because I feel like there's literally 0 reason for him to not choose knockoff on that last turn. So he might not even have it. Does not get it through level up. If this thing does not get knockoff, well, let me tell you. It doesn't. It gets sucker. But it actually doesn't get knockoff, so... Okay. Okay. If this thing doesn't get knockoff, how is it dealing with me? It's probably gonna sub and then, like, seed me or something. Question mark? If he subs, how do I deal with it? Wait, if I go here on a sub... But I think he might be banned. He Earthquake last time. He tricked me. Okay, well that sucks, but we did burn him, so that's good. That's fine. So now we go Orbeetle, because now he cannot do like any damage to the Orbeetle. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Because at the end of the day, after we get up... Yeah. Well, this kind of sucks. This is not what I wanted to be. I really cannot afford to not just go Gudra here, unfortunately. I really can't afford to do anything else. Like, he has to... Yeah, see, that's fine. Now we get to Draco something again. Wait, he just switched last time. He specs. Why did I think he could switch to Volt Switch? It's a free switch into Orbeetle. All day, dude. All day this is a free switch. Wait. He has... How is he... Oh, he has Natural Cure. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Well, we outspeed this thing, so... And he's Eviolite. So... Yeah, he was banned on the dude, which means he's like max attack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna run the calc, but I'm like pretty sure. So... $252. I think I'm like actually timid or something. Yeah, I've got 4 in defense. Nothing else that matters. So Trevenant. Shadow Claw does 51 to 62. And then with Reflect it does like nothing, but he has a chance to crit. If he crits, then we just take that. If he crits, then like actually if he crits, oh yeah, this is fine. Yeah, all day. I will take that all day of the week. Every single day of the week, dude. Yeah, he doesn't have Rain Up, and he brought this thing in on my Reflect. I'm not sure he kills me. That means I'm max speed, which means he has to be Scarf to outspeed me. We're gonna find out right here if he's Scarf or not. Just gonna wait. He's banned this week, and he does not kill me. So I'm gonna get up Light Screen as well, and let him knock out the Orbeetle. That's fine. So if he's banned, okay. How do we most effectively deal with this thing? Okay. Okay. Dang. We actually don't kill this thing? There's no way. That thing is actually kind of bulky. It's kind of scary. And that's modest. I'm not even modest. I'm timid. Huh. That's crazy. Okay. So that means that we almost have to go. Can we go Gudra? I think we can actually just go Gudra. Gudra doesn't outspeed it, I don't think. But he is banned. And that's going to do 0 damage to us. What do we get if we bring in Duraludon? If we bring in Duraludon, he probably goes Galar Stunfisk. Like, he might go Galar Stunfisk regardless. And if we can chip the Galar Stunfisk... Like, as soon as Galar Stunfisk goes down, I think that, like, we win the game with Toxtricity. Or Gmax Duraludon, so... I think a Draco is just, like, what I do here. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so he's sacking the Lorax to the God Gudra. Alright, so that's down. But then what does he even bring in on this? Does he bring in Pelipper to get the Rain Up and then die? Okay. He do be like that. But then what does he bring in? Like, he doesn't have a lot left. And he's caught in the webs. The rain doesn't even come up because he died to the rocks. So, do we kill this thing at -2? We might kill this thing at -2. We don't have a super good switch in for it, so I'm gonna check and see if we kill this thing at -2. 252 modest. -2 versus Dreadnought. Thunderbolt does 42 to 50 if he has no investment. We don't kill him. So what do we do? So because he's banned and we have the webs up, we are always going to outspeed him with Gudra. So it's a good job to keep Gudra alive for the Dracovish for later on. I think we're in a super good position right now. I really wish I could guarantee that he kills Corsola, but I know that he, like, literally can't. So Earthquake does, like, nothing, and then I Curse Bodied it, and he took Life Orb damage. Oh! We would have killed him after Life Orb damage. But I didn't want to take that damage. I didn't want to take it. Who could he go into here that's a problem? Not really anybody. He can just Willow it. He brought in Airbud. See, that's fine. If the Willow hits, I'm actually cool with this. It did? Okay. So I actually like the chip. And I'm banded into Willow, but I almost want, like, to just let him kill it. So we have 2 turns left on the Reflect. We're in a super good spot. Man, we're in a super, super good spot. Okay. I almost want to let him kill it and not get any damage on the Toxtricity. But we have Light Screen up for 4 more turns. How does he ever kill me? Like, I don't even know what he does here. God, this is okay. We're in a really good spot, but it's a really weird spot because we don't want the Corsola alive anymore. Like, we actually just want the Corsola dead. I have no reason to keep it alive though. I'm actually gonna let him swing into this. I don't know what he's gonna do. He just Thunderbolts. Okay. So, but I did Curse Body it, so we're gonna let him. So Thunderbolt's now Curse Bodied, so he has Overheat. Yeah, I just Willow again. I just let him Overheat because Overheat will kill the Corsola. Oh, he didn't do. Okay, we'll take this too. We'll take this every day of the week, dude. That's another huge. Oh, but we miss. That's unfortunate. Okay, and now the Reflect's gone, but I think we just let this die. I think we just let this die. Or does he waste another turn of my screen by switching? Nope, he just crunched. He just took it. That's fine. That is fine. So now, this thing is the problem right here. Like, we can deal with it with the Duraludon, but we almost want that to be last. So if this comes out, what can I click? I can click. Yeah, I kill like everything on his team with that. So I have to make sure that I play this correctly. Because there's still definitely a shot that I lose. We do, so we outspeed the Dracovish. So we can kill the Dracovish. And we can kill the... Yeah, the problem is literally just that Stunfisk, dude. That Stunfisk is the problem. And I know he's, like, saving it for the G-Max, too. Let me look up. I just want to know what sort of damage I'm looking at.
What is this thing called? Okay. Okay. So we actually don't even super affect. So I need to keep Gudra alive. So Gudra cannot come out right here. So if I bring out Duraludon, I don't even think I can really. I think I just bring out the Toxtricity. I think that's literally what I do. And I think, oh, is that okay? That kills. All right, good. And we just click that, and my light screen goes away. So now, if he brings out the Stunfisk, we get a chance to finally chip it a little bit. Which I think that's what he has to bring out, right? Okay, so we get to find out what set it is right here. If this thing is the curse set, we have a chance to lose. Okay, so if he's max special defense, if he's max special defense, this will do 20%. Okay. It did 18.5, and he's got Yarn, so that's his tech. Okay. So that kind of matches up with what we thought. Wait. That did 18.5. How is that possible? That shouldn't be possible. Oh, it's because we are, I have the wrong, nature. Okay, yeah, I mean, that about makes sense. What do we do? What do we do? So, if we click this again, we get another 20%, which then gets him to about like 70, because of the leftovers recovery. And then we go to sleep. And if he's cursed, we're in a lot of trouble. But if he curses as we go Gudra, I think we win the game. But if he earthquakes as we go Gudra, does it have any attack stat? 81. It's actually not that bad. But this thing is max Spadef. So, let me... Earthquake. Earthquake actually, like, kills our Toxtricity right now, which would be really... I would love for him to just kill us. I know he'll have an attacking move on it too, probably Earthquake. But if I go and we get rid of that, he does 14 to 17. We're at 45, so we live it barely. We don't live 2 though. Do you live 1 at +1? We live 1 at +1, so I think Gudra's always our play here. Yeah, he does go for Earthquake. Oh my god, okay. So that was kind of scary. So if we go for Surf here, I think we win the game. I think. Big question mark energy. He switches an Airbud. He's sacking it? Why, though? I'm not sure why he would ever sack that. That doesn't make any sense to me. He... Okay. I'm not sure why he sacks these. I think that's a pretty big misplay. We just have to not miss Draco. Even if we miss Draco, we have a good shot at winning. Okay, let me make sure we outspeed this thing first. So, we should. Because we found out, based off of... Let me make sure. Let me go back to the thing. We found out... No, it was up here farther. Oh, I outsped it with the Orbeetle. The Orbeetle was max speed, though. Does Orbeetle naturally outspeed him? Also, does it matter if this ties? But first, let's run the calc really quick, because I need to re-know. 252. Dracovish default set, choice scarf. Gets up to 139. It actually just... Does it really just naturally outspeed it? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I don't think that puts in the... I don't think this puts in the actual speed, though, is the problem. He naturally gets up to 130. Yeah, he naturally gets up to 139 before. So he should outspeed every day of the week. If he's Scarf, he should. So we should outspeed. So if we hit a Draco, and then we Surf, and then we Boom Burst until we die, I think we win. Just don't miss. Thank you. Okay. Alright. So then this comes back in. It takes nothing from the hazards, but then the speed falls. I think if he had Curse, he would have done it already. But you never know. Surf coming out, doing a little bit of damage. Earthquake's gonna kill me. Do I even go here? Because I do like 20%. I think I do, actually. I think I do. I just Boom Burst. Yeah, and then he kills me, and that's fine. Then we go to 52. And then I wish I had the, Okay. Careful. So Draco does, so the max depletion will do, so 140, 140, 140, 140, 140. I think I just do max overgrowth, even though it heals him too. How much does Earthquake do to us? Too much damage. This is going to be super close. Played this really well. Max Overgrowth does big damage. He is now Grass type. Never mind, we just win. Unless he has Protect. If he has Protect, then we're scared. No, even if he has Protect, I think we still win. I think. Oh, no. No, no. Okay. That's fine. So it's gonna depend. Hello, cat. It's gonna depend on our sleep turns, but we're looking okay because he's grass. We just have to wake up before the grass goes away. We need to wake up here. If we wake up right here, I think we win. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be super close. Okay. If we wake up right here, I think we win. Wait, but can I even Draco, actually? I don't even know if I can. Oh my god. Hey, can you guys not? Go. Come back up. Cats are gonna fight. Oh wait, this goes... Where does this go, actually? Oh, here. 1 second. I gotta know for sure if I'm able to Draco on this, because I don't know if I'm able to Draco it. Okay. So... if I Draco, do I do 58%? That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. I don't even think we do. Wow. So I would need to wake up here and then yeah. Okay. The only way we win is if we wake up here. Yeah. Yeah. I think the only way we win is if we wake up on this turn. Pretty much. Because I'm just making sure that these calcs are good. I would do that much damage, which then at the end of the turn he wouldn't get grassy terrain because grassy terrain ends. He would get leftovers, and then we would have to hit the Draco next turn. So that's literally all we have. We woke up. Oh my god. Down to 4%. Earthquake, don't kill us. It didn't kill us. Oh my god. Wait, but he got the grassy terrain. Okay, so we just have to hit this. If we hit this, we win. If we hit this attack, we win the game. If not, we lose. That's all that it comes down to. Do we hit this attack or not? It all comes down to this. Please, please, Duraludon, please. Please, Duraludon. Please, Duraludon, please hit. Please, 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 please. He protects? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's going to go up to 22, which is what we min roll at. So we do actually... we should knock this out. If we hit. We just have to hit. Please. Please. Please just hit. If he goes for the double protect, then I think he just loses the game also. Please, 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 please. I can't even look. Oh my god. I think he's deciding if he wants to try for the double protect or not, because he does win the game if he gets the double protect. If he gets a double protect, he wins the game for sure. Unless we crit him the following turn, but the odds of that, man. Come on. Yes! Let's go, baby! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, dude. Oh my god. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my god. He played so good. He played so good. The way that he kept around the Galar Stunfisk, knowing that that was the only way that he... Oh my god, dude. And then the only way I won is if I get the wake up on the last turn of the grassy terrain. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I'm gonna look up this again. We're gonna look together at this. So steel and ground, just to put him back to his normal typing. Okay, well, I guess it was a slight roll that was in our favor. So, can you actually see this on the... Let me see if I can get rid of that. You can't. So, 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up really quick. Because I want to show this, just so world knows. Window capture. No, I can just do, like, monitor capture, and I think it'll pull what I want. Okay, so as you can see from this, so the Stunfisk, if it was careful, which based off every other calc we ran, it was, then my Draco Meteor did 21 to 25, and we needed it to hit 22. So like it was a roll that was definitely in our favor, but man, it was a close roll. You gotta wonder if like it was worth it to go for the double protect. Cause like I can also miss. I can miss the Draco. I can get the low roll. Like there was definitely stuff against us, but dude, that was insane. That was actually insane. That was one of the best battles I think I've ever had. That was so good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We play the winner of the two people that beat us this year. We play them in the finals, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, definitely GG's to my opponent. Super good battle. We'll play him again in the future for sure. That was awesome. But GG's, guys.